right, thank you, Noah. Great. Again, my name is Raynell Cooper. We're here for the 2023 Varsity Championships for the International Geography B. Ready to get going? Toss of one. This city contains a ruined Portuguese fortress whose name translates to the famous, A Famosa. A historic Chinese cemetery in the city is located on a hill named Bukit Sina, at whose foot lies the 7 dragon wells built by Zheng He. Malacca is correct for 6, that's for Ishan. Toss up 2. A Hindu community of this cultural group performs the Dia Piakan dance during festivals honoring Shiva. This group of people, who form approximately 5% of the population of their home country, was historically based around cities such as Bhaktapur and Lalitpur. This group of people considers themselves the cultural heirs of a polity that was conquered by the Shah dynasty in 1768. Members of this cultural group's Buddhist community celebrate the almsgiving festival Samyak. This cultural group once ruled a mandala based around the Kathmandu Valley.
The Newads?
Say that one more time?
Newar, N-E-W-A-R?
That's correct, yes. For 4. To Adi. Toss up 3. This river names a valley that separates the Eifel and Hunsrück mountain ranges. The mouth of this river is overlooked by the Ehrenbreitstein, the Moselle River is correct for 6 to Erin. Toss up 4. This body of water is separated from Okuma Bay by King Edward VII Peninsula. Ice cores were recovered from 1,000 meters beneath the surface of this body of water by the Cape Roberts Project. After running through the Queen Maud Mountains, the Shackleton Glacier flows into this body of water. The Bay of Whales is located in this body of water, making it the southernmost open water.
The Ross Sea?
The Ross Sea is correct to Adi for 4 points. Toss of 5. One island in this archipelago is home to the Twin Heart Fish Trap. Thin neon lights are used to shine bright colors onto the harbor of this archipelago's largest island at the Zhiying Rainbow Bridge. On this archipelago's southernmost island, a small town has an official name meaning Township of the Island of the Seven Beauties, but is usually called Xiumei. The islands of Xibe, Muduo, and Gupo in this archipelago possess its characteristic basalt columns. For the points, name this island group in the Taiwan Strait governed. Yes, correct. Penghu is correct to Simon for 4. The pescador islands. Toss of 6. This city's formerly walled old city contains the large open-air Kermi market. This city's ancient walls were constructed in the 11th and 12th centuries, starting from Dala Hill. This city is the subject of an Arabic language chronicle, likely written by Malam Barka. This city's massive Gidan Rumfa Palace complex is the historic home of the Fulani Emir. The city is located just south of the Sahel and is the Kano is correct for 5 to Ishan. Toss of 7. This island is home to an estate formerly known as Goldeneye, which belonged to the author of Dr. No, a movie set in part on this island that was the first to feature James Bond. This island's name is derived from the Taino word for land of wood and water. Former slaves on this island once had a power base at Cujo's Town and Akampong Town in the Cockpit Country.
Jamaica?
Jamaica is correct to Adi for 5. Toss up 8. This city sits on the Zayanda River and is directly Isfahan, Iran is correct to Adi for 6. We'll do a score check after 10. You all know this one. I do know this one. Toss up 9. A cluster of pyramidal mountains in this range is called the Cathedral Group. This Sierra Nevada is incorrect. It's a -2 for Adav. This mountain range likely got its name from French explorers who thought 3 of its peaks looked like nipples. This, yes, correct. Tetons is correct for 5 for Ishan. Toss of 10. This country's Vidin province is home to the Belogradchik sandstone. Bulgaria is correct for 6 for Vaibhav. Quite the race there. All right. I'll hand the mic down, actually, if you want to give us a score check.
So I have, and if anybody disagrees, please say this. I have Simon with 4, Vaibhav with 6, Adav with -2, Anish with 0, Aaron with 6, Adi with 19, Ishan with 16, and Colin with 0. Cool.
Does that check out? Yes. Okay. Thank you. Toss up 11. The Mountain of the Sleeping Beauty, or Mount Kuriari, is in this state's Cabeza do Chocoro region. This state's cities include the important river ports of Itacoatiara and Parintines. The state's Anavilanas National Park contains the largest river archipelago in the world. This state's portion of the Guyana Highlands. Roraima is incorrect. It's a -2 over to Vaibhav. Para is also incorrect. It's a -2 to Simon. Guyana Highlands contains its country's highest point, Pico da Neblina. Acre is also incorrect for a -2 for Adam. And that kills the question. It is Amazonas. Toss of 12. This river's major tributaries include the Loop and Elkhorn rivers, both of which lie along the historic Mormon Trail. This river is a braided stream for most of its course, including as it creates the namesake Grand Island of the city it flows through.
The Platte River.
The Platte River is correct to Adi for 5. Toss up 13. It's not Beijing, but this city's largest political meeting hall is known as the Great Hall of the People, which is modeled after the exterior of the Temple of Heaven. This city has the world's largest monorail system, and its sprawling metropolitan area is bounded by the Zhongliang and Tongluo mountains. Along with Chengdu, the city anchors the Sichuan Basin.
Chongqing.
Chongqing is correct to Adi for 5. Toss up 14. In 1986, this region's highest point, Mount Elba, was established as the center of the Gabel Elba National Park. This region is defined as the difference between the 22nd parallel north and the administrative line established.
Like the Halaib Triangle.
Halaib Triangle is correct. That's to Colin, and that is for 6. Toss of 15. The construction of a controversial mine in this region resulted in the poisoning of the Juba River and the extinction of its native flying foxes. Prior to being destroyed in the Civil War, this region's capital was located in its largest city, Arawa.
Bougainville.
Bougainville is correct for 6 to Adi. 16. This region's capital of the same name is divided into districts such as Malembo and Tondo Zinze. This region's major cities include Belize, Bukozao, and
New Caledonia.
New Caledonia is incorrect. -2 for Colin. And Kakongo. This region is the center of its country's oil industry and was known as Portuguese Congo during its colonial.
Would it be the Congo Panhandle?
Sorry, it's in Congo Panhandle is incorrect. -2 for. I'm sorry. Oh, sorry, yes, it's correct. Cabinda is correct, so it's a -2 for Vaibhav, and it's 2 for Adav. Sorry, give me a second. Yes, 4 for Vaibhav. 17. This mountain range separates the Krushitsa Plateau from the Yavornik Hills, but the two are linked by the Postonia Gate. 16 cascading lakes are located between two of...
Rila Mountains?
Sorry, Rila Mountains is incorrect. -2 for Aaron. 16 cascading lakes are located between two of this range's subranges at Plitvitsa. The cities of Sene and Karlovac are linked through this range by the historic Josefina Road. This range takes its name from a peak along Croatia's
Dinaric Alps.
The Dinaric Alps is correct. To Adi for 4. Toss of 18. Though officially nonpartisan, this country's 33-seat parliament, the Nitijela, has been mostly split by the UDP and the Kabua party. This country consists of 2 major island chains named for sunrise and sunset.
The Marshall Islands.
The Marshall Islands is correct. To Adi for 6. Toss of 19. This city's downtown is connected to Rincon Point by an iconic arch bridge across its harbor. This city's portion of the Laguna Madre is crossed by the John F. Kennedy Causeway, linking it to a set of barrier islands. This city is home to a naval museum housed in the decommissioned aircraft carrier USS Lexington. This city gets its water from the Choke Canyon Reserve on the Frio River, a tributary of the Nueces River.
Corpus Christi.
Corpus Christi is correct for 4 to Adi. And toss up 20 after a 12 score check. According to legend, this river formed after Mount Taranaki fled from his home. This was the largest river to be diverted into Lake Rotoaira by the Tongariro.
The Wanganui River.
The Wanganui River is correct. To Adi for 6. And after 20, we'll have a score check. 50's out.
Okay.
Get some news from the score check.
So, at the score check, I have the following scores. I have Adi in the lead with 55, followed by Ishan with 16, followed by Aaron and Colin, both at 4, followed by Simon and Vaibhav, both at 2, followed by Anish and Adav, both at 0.
Good.
Great. So we have Adi at 50.
Adi,
Adi at 55. Congratulations. He is not going to play. You are done playing. Yes. You can chill, whatever. But yes, congratulations. That was impressive. You're all very good. This is difficult questions. All right. We will continue now. Toss up. And yeah, if someone else gets to 50, just holler. Toss up 21. This city's Cleo Rogers Memorial Library was designed by I.M. Pei and has Henry Moore's large arch on its front lawn. The headquarters of this city's local newspaper is the Myron Goldsmith-designed Republic newspaper office. A tower and glass front adorn the first Christian church designed by Eliel Saarinen in this city. This city is home to a Second Empire-style building designed by Isaac Hodgson, the Bartholomew County Courthouse. Arrow Saarinen's Miller House is located in, for the points, what Indiana city known for its modernist architecture? It's time. It's Columbus, Indiana. They have a small town, but lots and lots and lots of great architecture. Worth checking out. Toss up 22. The so-called world's nastiest outhouse is located on this mountain near Pruitt Hut. Glaciers on this mountain are the source of the Kuban and Malka rivers, which in turn give rise to the Box. Mount Elbrus is correct to Vaibhav for 6. Toss up 23. This river's valley lies south of the Cantabrian Mountains and was the subject of a 9th century repopulation scheme. The portion of the Meseta Central, located north of the Central System Mountains, is drained by this river. Wine produced along Douro? Yes, Douro is correct to Anish. That is for 5. Toss-up 24. This body of water covers one depression along with Etang Somatre. The Niba Mountains are located near this body of water in the Independencia province. The National Park of Las Caritas offers views of this body of water, which was once named for a Taino chiefdom called Jaragua. This body of water is the lowest point of any island country, as well as, yes, Lake Enriquillo is correct. That is to Arav for 5. Toss-up 25. Holy Roman Emperor Henry II built Bled Castle on a lake in this modern day. I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Slovenia is correct for Arav for 6, and that's a -2 for Arav. 26. This African city is named after the birthplace of Scottish explorer David Livingstone. That's correct. Yes, correct for 6. Just in time. Playing with me a little bit. Just in time. Blantyre is correct for 6. I had no idea its name for Scottish city. That makes sense now. 27. This region. Sorry, let me see that. This region contains a monument to 2 Muslim clerics called On Ibn Ali's shrine, located in the Ainali mountain range. A small brackish lake named Gori and a large salt marsh surrounding it make up a wildlife reserve in this region. The Alvarez ski resort is located on this region's Sabalan mountain, its highest point. Along with 2 provinces named for it, this region today contains the Ardabil province. So, say it again? Sorry, Dashilut's incorrect, -2 for Vaibhav. Region today contains the Ardabil province. The largest cities in this region are Urmia and Tabriz. Yes, Iranian Azerbaijan is correct. To Ishan, and that's for 5. Did not know that was 28. This river's largest dam is the Miller's Ferry Lock and Dam, which impounds this river to form the William Bill Dannelly Reservoir. The upper portion of this river is known as the Coosa, which becomes
Alabama.
The Alabama River is correct to Anish for 6. 29. This region contains a massive minefield left over from World War II known as the Devil's Gardens. This natural region in the Matra Governorate was created by salt weathering and wind erosion, creating an ideal location for its many phragmite swamps and salt marshes. This region is the subject of a scheme to flood it with water from the Mediterranean Sea. The Katara Depression is correct to Vaibhav for 5. This is going into toss-up 30. There's 35 total, so you don't know? Okay, one more. Toss-up 30. The Caldera Lake on top of this mountain is the origin of the Simu and Suam gorges. This mountain is famed for its lush greenery, supported by warm springs that also feed the Turkwell River. This mountain names an international park where 2 separate visitors have died from Marburg virus in the 1980s after exploring its caves. Wild elephants are known to visit the Kitum Cave on this mountain to lick salt deposits. For the points, name this oldest extinct volcano in East Africa. Sorry, that's incorrect. -2 for Ishan. Ngorongoro is incorrect. So, yes, so -2 as well for Arav. Located on the border of Uganda and Kenya. It's time. This is Mount Elgon. All right. Mount Elgon. All right, score check.
So after question number 30, for those who remain, I have in descending order, Ishan with 19, Vaibhav with 15, Anish with 11, Adav with 9, Aaron and Colin both with 4, and Simon with 2. Cool.
Okay. And just Second. Toss-up 31. This region's highest point, Mount Shared, is located in its portion of the Yergani Hills. This region is home to a large sports complex modeled after Olympic villages named Chess City. This region's largest religious site is a Gaylord monastery called the Golden Abode of the Buddha Shakyamuni. This region, which is governed from Elista, Kalmykia is correct for Vaibhav for 5. Toss-up 32. The armed group that administers this region is divided into Sadio, Badiat, and Diata splinter factions. This region is primarily inhabited by the Jola and Bainuk people, and it contains the Kolda and Sedyu regions. This region is currently primarily administered by the rebel MFDC group, who protest the rule. Casamance is correct to Vaibhav for 5. Toss-up 33. Although originally built directly on the shores of this body of water, land reclamation efforts have made the Hikone Castle 1 kilometer inland today. This body of water contains Shirahige Shrine, famed for its floating torii gate. This Seto Inland Sea is incorrect, -2 for Vaibhav. This body of water is drained by the Seta River, which itself drains into a series of rivers before discharging into the Seto Inland. Lake Biwa is correct. That's for Aaron, and that is for 5. Toss-up 34. This city is home to the oldest transporter bridge in the United States, the Aerial Lift Bridge. The city is named for a misspelling of the title of its first European inhabitant, the French explorer Daniel Greysolon. America's only entirely freshwater aquarium is located in this city and exhibits wildlife from the nearby St. Louis River. This birthplace of Bob Dylan is part of the Twin Ports along with the town of Superior. Duluth is correct for Ishan, that is for 4. Yeah, let's do a score check. I'll pass it down. Yes, 1 question.
With 1 question remaining, I have, for those who are still in, a tie between Vaibhav and Ishan, both at 23, followed by Anish with 11, followed by a tie of Adav and Aaron, both at 9, followed by Colin with 4, and Simon with 2.
Thank you. I think the plaques might still be in the little thing. Okay. Are they over here? Oh, no one has them. Thank you. All right. We'll bring them up in 1 question or maybe multiple. We'll see. It's a tight one. We'll break all ties at the end of this. Toss-up 35. The southwest entrance to this region was guarded by the city Alexandria the farthest. Near the city of Namangan, the Naran and Karadaria rivers confluence. Bishkek's incorrect by Adav, -2. Forgot about it. It's correct for Vaibhav for 6. So congratulations, Vaibhav. So we'll hang out here and believe we have a tie between Aaron and Adav. Okay, that's right. Thank you. Okay. All right. So we'll do final scores, and then do we have? Are you able to start bringing up the? Thank you. Yeah, Nancy, if you want to help out, that'd be great. Thank you. So I'll have you bring up the final scores with everybody included in descending.
So in descending order, in first place, I have Adi with 55 points. In second place, I have Vaibhav with 29 points. In third place, I have Ishan with 23 points. In fourth place, I have Anish with 11 points. In fifth place, I have Aaron with 9 points. In sixth place, I have Adav with 7 points.
Thank you so much. Great game. We'll do plaques right now as well. All right. Go off mic for a moment. Thank you. We had double check. That's all good. Scored. Thank you. All right. So. All right. So